seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
Boo. Good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? Hope you had a great weekend. I'm your host, Brian K. Morris, and this is Nevermind the Furthermore, NTF. And we hope you got a great morning lined up. We do, because we're going to have Ted Davies coming in a few minutes. Ted has launched a great Kickstarter, and it's for Grimm 101, Book 2. If you enjoyed Book 1, now's the time to get on it. There's some early bird specials. I got on board, and I'm helping with it. Anyway, that's because I believe in the project. So anyway, please check that out. And we'll be having Ted on later to talk about it. But first, we're going to catch up on some of your comments before we ignore you pretty much completely. But no, seriously, we are grateful to be here, whether you're watching on the rerun or watching live. We're glad you're here. We welcome your comments. And we are, as always, brought to you by Plasmafire Graphics. Plasmafire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. It's not easy putting together a really, really readable book. And when you are done, you want something that will draw people in to buy that book and take it home. Oh boy, and read it a lot. Anyway, what's going to help you with that is Plasmafire Graphics. They do great cover designs. They are very popular and very affordable too, because you can't pass that up. Also, they'll create visual images that you can use on social media to help sell your work, as well as some beautiful book trailers as well. That's where mine have come from, and that's where yours should come from. Go check out what they have on the Plasmafire Graphics page on Facebook, and then go to plasmafiregraphics.com and contact Jeffrey directly and find out what his rates are. You will be pleased and astonished. Anyway, that's Plasmafire Graphics. Plasmafire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it matters to your readers. That's for darn sure. And we want to thank our Patreon subscribers. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly, and we've got a brand new member. We want to thank them, and we'll put their card up in time for Wednesday's show. And we've had some program notes, so please don't let me forget to talk to you about that. But anyway, if you want to find out what we give you in return for your direct support, go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. You'll be glad you did. And I will too. And we are also powered by the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Rising Tide is what we believe in. It raises all ships. And we're a group of like-minded broadcasters who are working together to help each other rise. And to that regard, we are now branching out into audio podcasting now. And our flagship in that regard is Dr. John, Original Gangster. Well, actually, he's going to be one. It's George Seurat that's going to be doing the audio podcasting. But we've got a brand new show coming up on Wednesday afternoons. Dr. John, that's John Silvestri, former animator and currently the artist and writer on Bloodwing Angel, a really sensational new book by this genius. Anyway, check out Dr. John, Original Gangster. He's going to teach you how to do the drawing thing he does, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're really looking forward to that. But anyway, please check out what we've got going tonight. On Monday will be Michaela Jade's Tidbits and Scribbles, where she's going to tell you how to level up your creative game. And let's see, and then tomorrow tomorrow morning, Ted Talks. He's going to probably be talking about, excuse me, Grimm 101 Book 2. And I don't blame him. It's a good looking book, I'm sure. And because number 1 was sensational. Also, tomorrow evening will be, oh boy, will that be lively. We are going to be having the Dastardly Dingoes on at 7 p.m., but it's going to be a crossover show with this one, Comic Book Spectrum. Yes, the nutty people from Comic Book Spectrum are going to be invading the Dastardly Dingoes domain. And it promises to be lively and fun. So definitely check us out. And programming notes. I will be back, of course, Wednesday morning for Nevermind the Furthermore. And we'll have Comic Book Spectrum on a fresh episode of that on Thursdays. Now, Friday is kind of up in the air because we are probably going to pre-record something just so you have some entertainment. But I will be guest of honor at HoloCon. And as in Halloween. And Jeffrey Hayes did the front card for it, the poster. Definitely want to check that out. That's at hallocon.com. And that's going to be happening Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's going to be live broadcasting from there. I will be on Saturday morning, my inaugural visit to Back of the Cereal Box. I may have to pick up some cereal for this. Good heavens. Or maybe I'll see what they got in the hotel lobby. Who knows? Anyway, we've got this weekend's going to be a lot of fun. And speaking of a lot of fun, hope you tuned in to JD Calderon's show last night. I was on there with Brian Rodman and a whole bunch of really cool people. And Lola, the Indie Princess, was on there. Just so much fun. C. Michael Lanning, and I want to thank JD for having me on. I had a blast, and I promise I will be back soon. It was a good time. Plus, if you watched Stupid O'Clock and or Last Man Standing on Saturday night and Sunday morning, you will have seen another appearance by me. It's like I can't stay off the air. What is wrong with me? Anyway, let's get to some of your comments before Ted gets here. And here we go. Oh, there's started already. Excellent. And the Historical Fencing Guild was here at 9:44. Hey, all, before we get the party running, I have heard about a GoFundMe from Luke Stone and his family. I'll put the link in the next comment, as YouTube hates this, but if you can support, please do. Definitely. Luke Stone came down with the coronavirus a couple months ago, but he was fortunate enough that he is being weaned off the respirator right now. Now he's weak as a kitten, but it sounds like he is going to make a recovery, and we'd definitely love to send some money along to Beth Stone and their family to help them along in this time of need. Thank you very much for that, Nicholas Anthony Dockard. That's the sort of thing we do. And Teresa Dunn, good morning, Brian and Ted. Just wanted to say, could use a prayer too. My daughter has COVID and not doing so well. But on a positive note, I found an editor, so good reviews. My book is on its way. That's good. That's good. Because I don't have the time right now to edit it. And Teresa was having some problems with that. But anyway, she has found an editor, and that's good. And good idea, Nick. And sorry to hear that, Teresa. Thank you, Carl Witzman. And good morning, everyone else. So please don't forget to like as soon as your show starts. And Grant Lankard is early for once. Good morning to you, my friend. And don't forget, Memoirs of the Morbid is now funding on Kickstarter. And we're more than 3/4 of the way through the campaign with only 6 days to go. Please check it out, and Grant, please put those links in if you haven't already, because I'm in that book and you want to see that. And speaking of people you want to see, he's here early. He couldn't wait. I could just tell he's just saying, I need to commit career suicide. Let's go on Brian's. But anyway, here he is. I don't want to make him wait. Here he is, the one, the only, the delightful, the lovely Ted Davies. How are you? Morning, brother.
Good morning, good sir. How are you? Good morning, all the ships at sea. How's everybody doing today?
I am doing well.
It's been crazy. We've got gale winds coming off the lake, and they've been like 30 miles an hour all night long. It's been crazy. So if we lose connectivity, you know what happens. So
I understand. We've had rain for the last 36 hours.
Yeah,
almost constantly, and some of it sounded like it wanted in. And then I think we're expecting like another almost 12 of rain. And believe it or not, I'm glad you're sitting down, Ted.
Yeah.
We're expecting flood warnings here along the
kidding?
Wabash River. I know.
Wow.
I wonder why they were sitting down. But, and we're expecting winds up to 30 miles an hour today.
Yeah. I know the Wabash my mom grew up in Indiana, so the Wabash is a big deal, and it
Yeah.
floods. It floods no matter where you're at in it. But
It does indeed.
just
It
be
does.
safe. That's the main thing. Everybody be safe.
Promise. No, the only way that we would have to worry about where I'm at in Lafayette,
Yeah.
if it gets to the point where I'm nervous, everyone needs to start learning what a cubit is, so you can build your arcs. So
They've got
So-
one not too far from you, I think, down there.
That's true. Yeah, I'm actually my measurement's more pints and quarts these days, since I do serious damage to my liver. But no, so glad you're here, Ted. And
Thank you.
we'll be talking to our patrons here. We have interrupted, and everyone, we'll get a couple more in. Good morning to you, Sarah. Mwah, glad to see you. And John Silvestri, who's joining the Rising Tide Broadcast Network on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm
awesome.
looking forward to that show. He's fantastic. What are y'all doing today? I'm talking to Ted. So that's what we're doing.
That's what I've got planned. Yep.
Yeah, nothing but talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gonna relax a little bit today after yesterday's, fantastic way it started. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. And I pledged last night, dude.
And thank you. I appreciate
to help
it, Brian.
you out. Well,
I'm
glad to do it. Glad to support you. Now tell us about Grimm 101. Especially book 2. How does that advance the story?
Sure. Well, Grimm 101, book 1 was the character Jim, as you know, because you edited such the way that you did.
Jim, and he'll forgive me for it one day.
Oh, stop. That's why you're doing book 2. So,
exactly.
In any case, book 1 is about a being that's in a cemetery that is Grimm, and basically he doesn't know how he got there. He knows that he's found a book called Grimm 101 that's on the cemetery floor. He basically he woke up there and he's floating around and doesn't know what's what, but he finds this manual, and this manual tells him basically how to be a Grimm. So he thinks that he must have hit his head or something, and that's his job. He had the manual by him, so that's his calling, that's his vocation. Nice. And he can't be heard, he can't be seen, and that's where he is. He's been there for about 150 years. And he's the memoir, the beginning of the book is a memoir, or beginning of the series is his memoir and his daily, just trying to keep sane, trying to keep his level-headedness with everything. And he's not very good at his job. If anybody knows what a Grimm is basically to make you feel crappy in a cemetery. Essentially, it's to make you feel anxiety, make you feel guilt, and essentially, Jim, the cemetery Grimm, is terrible at his job. He actually makes people feel good, and he's the only way I could probably describe he doesn't know he's a stand-up comedian, but he is, and he very much makes people feel great. And the problem is that people move away. People, people don't visit the graveyard anymore, the cemetery. And the book 2 leads into the neighbor that moves next door. And she actually can see Jim, and she can hear Jim because of a particular thing that she did in book 1. And if you haven't picked that up, then maybe you should. So it lead into book 2. And but Gwendolyn is it's her memoir. So the second book is her perspective on things. Interestingly enough, seeing Jim and how he manifests himself around everything. So I think it's probably one of the better of the series of the books. There's going to be 4 in the series. And so we're excited about it. It's going to be a really good book. The artwork's coming together now. So all the words that you're going to have to correct soon are going to have to, they'll be there soon. So
I'm sure it will be a walk through the park. I am absolutely certain.
After the last one, I hope it is for you, because I know you were.
Oh no, that's fine. No, I try to edit and teach at the same time, so I figure you've been traumatized enough by my edit that Glenn Fleming, pray for that man.
No, not the least. It was great. It was a good experience.
It was a great story, and I really enjoyed working on it. I really did. Now, you had your premiere last night and we'll give a shout out to Lisa Malone of Malone Management. She was
terrific. Yep, Lisa. Without her and without her group, that would have been. It's like anything else. It takes a lot of load off of me, so I don't have to worry about a lot of the.
Oh yeah.
I can just get on stage, do my thing. She handles the sound and the lights.
Excellent.
So
So, what kind of schedule are you looking at as far as your promotion goes right now?
As far as shows or
Doing
what?
other shows,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Well, you're first. You were the first one that
Thank
stepped
you.
up. Thank you
Thank
again. I
you.
appreciate it,
Thank you.
Brian. I do. We've got all the way through the week. This week, I'm looking at my calendar here. We're starting out Wednesday. Creators. I can't see the name of it, but we're going to be on. I can't see it right now. These old eyes. In any case, Wednesday night I'm going to be on a show. I'll be posting all these, and then I believe Thursday and Friday, if I'm not mistaken, as well. And then Saturday, CromCon, I'll be on at 6
cool.
p.m. That's a big one.
Nice.
So I think it's called Creator Owned is the show that I'm going to be on Wednesday. If you are on here, the gentleman I haven't met them yet, so I'm trying to, it's all new on some of these. So, and that's one nice thing that Lisa does is that she schedules everything out with them. So she kind of does the publicity side of it, and it helps me a lot because I don't have to. If I'm broadcasting or whatever else, she handles pretty much all of that. So that's pretty
she's
sweet.
amazing.
Yeah,
She's fantastic.
She is.
Now you going to be doing TED Talks tomorrow?
I am. I've got April Rena on, if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow. She's got a great Kickstarter going right now, and I haven't met her yet. We've only talked on the phone. We're going to actually be talking later today too, but she's really going to be. I'm looking forward to that because it's a different paradigm too, because it's not always unicorns and sparkles. There's some really, it's a mature content show. So make sure that you guys, make sure the kiddies are all in front of the TV when you're watching it. So
yeah, really, because otherwise they're going to have to sit there and explain all those words to you.
No,
and what they mean.
She's a great artist, though, and she
really is.
That's one thing. Every form of art has its place, and definitely she's found hers. It's fantastic. So
yeah, she really is a terrific artist.
So I'm looking forward to that.
That'd be great. Now, Ted, I'm going to give you a little break here. Would you put in our private chat here so that I can copy it?
Yeah.
The address to your Kickstarter campaign.
Yep, I will.
And I will say hello to some people here while you do that. First of all, Grand Illusion, Jake Lindsay. Can you keep my grandpa in your prayer? He just had a stroke and is on a heart monitor. Jake, we are so sorry to hear that, but definitely we will lift him up in prayer, I promise. And Donna Carlene, good morning to you. Carl Winsman has a good question here. I saw a study showing that up to 10% of folks don't have a mind's eye and cannot picture things in their head. How hard would writing and art be? Because I know that when I create things, I kind of like play this little movie in my head, and I try to transcribe it in words and pictures. I can't imagine being creative that way. How about you, Ted?
It's you don't know because you don't know. If you've never had it, it's like I've got family members that are colorblind, and you don't know what they're they don't know what they're missing, and I made a lot of money in architecture because people couldn't visualize.
Right.
Thank God we had computers on a lot of this because then they could walk through the homes and they could do. But yeah, I mean, it astonishes me, and I'm so grateful for what I'm able to do. Visualization is a huge part of as us as creatives, what we can do. So it's too bad. I almost pity the people. Pity the foo. Yeah.
Pity the foo.
Right.
Yeah. We don't need no jibber jabber here. Anyway, no, and that's why they need us to
right. To facilitate it. Sure. And they might be good at something else that we need, so.
Exactly. And Joe Dog McKeel has joined us. Joe Dog, we'll see you this weekend at HallowCon.
Yeah.
When Joe has, from being on his show the other night, Joe has taught me a phrase, make a hole. Because as the organizer, he's got to be putting out fires, and you just kind of throw yourself to one side.
That's a good point.
I'll
be there next year. I'm gearing up. We're going to be there next year. So absolutely.
The rising tide's got to take that place over.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, as it is, we're going to have Michaela Jade will be there, and Damian Waldron. They will be there.
He's stellar. I mean, Michaela's great too. Don't get me wrong, but Damian's he's really hit it out of the park with everything with my campaign and everything with Retrieve, and he's phenomenal. Don't make cut you off. Sorry.
Oh, no. That's fine. It's our show this morning. And he was on with me with JD Calderon last night. That was, he was quite fun. And plus, he's becoming the go-to guy for toys for the indie market.
He is.
Because he does such amazing work.
And he's consistent and he's on it. I mean, on it big time.
Yeah.
JD's great. I like JD too. Shout out to JD. So
great
definitely.
show.
Always a good show.
Yeah, and JD's going to be on here in a week or two. So,
Is it good?
Yeah, we're going to be talking to him because we realized we hadn't really talked to each other in a couple of years because I'm a crappy friend. Anyway, so but Damien, I saw the thing that the model that Damien built for you based on the was it the illustration that's in
Correct.
the card for Grim 101, and that was breathtaking.
It's stunning. He just absolutely and we can I don't know. If you guys, I don't know if you want to, I can pull it up whenever. Just let me know. If you don't want to, that's okay too.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine.
However you wanna do it.
Let's see. Good. Because thanks to this, I have pulled up your page here, and I'm waiting for it to load because this is a Steam-driven operation here.
It's okay.
So we'll give it a moment there, and we'll get to some more comments. Glenn Fleming, good to see you, sir.
Glenn,
don't forget to check out the Truth Mongers every Wednesday night. What you guys going to talk about this week?
Area 51. We decided last night on the launch because we didn't talk about it. We've been busy with other stuff, and Area 51 is one of the things around the list. So we figured, hey, let's do it. Let's do it. So everybody tune in. Well, I'll put that on the StreamYard today too. I'll make sure everything's updated. So that'll be fun. It'll be good.
I think so. I look forward to that. And Historical Fencing Guild, good morning to you. Check them out every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Good morning, Cookie.
Morning, Cookie.
And Ted Davies says hello. Good morning. And she's waving. She's about to do her exercises.
And sorry, Christine said to say hi to everybody and that tell Brian to break a leg. Not really. And so she says hello. And she hates the picture that you posted there. She doesn't know where you found it. She will find you. She will hunt you down.
It was on your page.
I know. I said it's an old picture. I said it's an old, and I said I think that there's mimosas involved. I don't know. Anyway,
well, it was a subliminal ad for your show, Drinking with the Davies, every Friday now at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. So
I said that's what he's doing. I said I think he's linking it onto the. And she's like, okay, I see what he did there. So
I only
said,
look stupid.
You need to remove that picture. I said okay.
I will.
Not me. Off my Facebook, not you. It's already there. It's in the ether now. So that's it.
Yeah, that's right. Even though I had to copy it onto my hard drive to.
I hope she's watching. She might be on break at work. I hope she's watching right now. I'll play back for her tonight.
Strangle me is what she's gonna do.
No, it's all good. No,
I'm sure it was.
Might have a special toast for you on Drinking with the Davies Friday. I don't know what we're making, by the way, either. But sure, it'll be blood curdling. Halloween show. I'm not sure.
Oh, that'd be so much fun. That'd be so much fun. Grand Christian Illusion Show says, thanks, Carl. The only thing I know is he's having short-term memory loss and the last half of his face is droopy, but he's stable for now. Well, that's good. Just stay on it and we'll keep the positive energy going for him. And Sarah is trying to get everybody. Oh, yeah. Hi, Brian. Anyway, and 4 more days till HalloCon. Wee, Skunk Rocker, looking forward to meeting you, man. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Should be
we're
great.
going to have a whole bunch of cool people there. Carl and Donna will be there.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, and I'm super excited for the con in general, but also we just want to get it over with already. I totally get that. You look forward to it, and then you're relieved that it's done because there's a lot of work involved in putting on a convention. So I totally get that. And after that, I don't know what else is going on. Last thing I heard from my mom is Jake, Grandpa is okay. Well, anyway, Jake, Lindsay, we hope we are sending positive energy for you, and we hope all the best and keep us posted for your grandpa. Okay. And Dan Hollifield of Last Man Standing, glad to see you, sir. And good job on the likes, folks. Keep them coming. And don't forget, folks, we're at 830 subscribers right now. And if you want to see a 12-hour Nevermind the Furthermore, may God have mercy on my soul. If we can get up to 1,100 by the end of Halloween night, we will do that show the following Friday. And I want to thank all my friends in Russia who I'm getting notices of, so-and-so has signed up for your channel, but it's all that acrylic stuff.
Yeah.
And apparently I'm the bomb in Russia.
Yeah. You're a superstar. Or your book's been hacked too, or there, right?
Yeah. They're enjoying my book free of charge over there. So, commie so-and-sos. But anyway, we're glad to have all you guys on board. And I don't know that they're all bots or anything, to be honest, because sometimes people from other country discover what you do,
right?
And because I learned this from reading up on the file sharing thing, that a lot of the downloading from Pirate Bay and all actually occurs in countries where they don't have free access to books
that makes
the way
sense.
we do.
Right. They
And
have
so
to be
that's
creative to get
yeah,
them. Isn't that something? God,
that puts
blows
a
my
whole
mind.
different spin on it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but we love Skunk's excitement too. And good morning to you, Glenn. Glad to have you here. And it's going to be a good time. I can't wait to see everyone there. And to our new Russian guest, and Sarah is stoked for Ted. And hello, beautiful Keisha Acuff. Mwah, glad to see you. And for your information, the Memoirs of the Morbid is going to give away a piece of original art at 100 backers. You have to be one of the first 100 backers and a physical backer in order to win from Grant Langer.
Sweet.
Definitely check that out. That's going to be great. And Jake, keep calm. That's the best thing you can do for your grandpa right now. And Scott Crocker says, anyway, welcome to TED Talks with Ted Davies Artistry on a Monday.
Go figure.
And Spotty says, what's it called when a vampire has trouble with his house? A grave problem. Good morning to you.
Oh my God.
And yeah, and hey, don't shoot at me. I'm just the announcer, honey. Down, woman, down. Anyway, Scott, deep breaths, Jake, and listen to Brian and let him obsess your thoughts instead of worry. There we go. And I'm resisting the urge to tell Jake to go out and get. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, and Jake, we get that you're worried, and we understand, brother. Just stay in the moment, and you'll get through it all. All right. And we've got a question for you now, Ted.
Sure.
Oh, maybe I'm done, but I'm confused by the Grimm 101 Book 2 tiers. Would you like to explain that?
Go ahead. What's the question on? Is there anything specific on it or what?
Yeah, could you be a little more specific on that? Like which tiers in particular are you a little bewildered by? Because frankly, I found it pretty easy to navigate.
Thank you. Well, and again, it's Lisa. I gave her the list. She went through it and said, boop, 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 all the way down. But we can figure it out, whatever the question is.
Oh, yeah.
No problem. No problem. I know that there was a little confusion on the figure that we were trying to add on, but we worked that. I mean, Russell Allen figure. I know Carl bought one too. Thank you. Whoever purchased them, anything on the project, thank you. But I know that there was some concern with the way that the figure was add on, but it all worked out. It's on. So
that's good.
But, yeah, just let me know, Grant.
Yeah.
Or even if you message me, I can let you know. Just I'll figure it out. I'll get the answer for you. Not a problem. Not a problem.
And I'm trying to get your post up here so everyone can start supporting it. And anyone, God, it sounds like everyone's having a terrible Monday. I'm sorry, everyone. Skunk, I'm not having a bad
I'm having a great Monday.
Yeah, Ted's having a good Monday.
Yeah,
I'm having a good Monday because I got Ted here.
Yeah, no problem.
And Glenn Fleming's having a great Monday because, when Glenn, I caught your comment to me the other night on Stupid O'Clock. Thank you for the compliment on my editing. I appreciate that. So we've got Glenn Fleming and his great book, which we will mention later, which will be about Jack Kirby, and that's coming up soon to Indiegogo. Mm-hmm. And please support that one too. The Nevermorians.
It's an epic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good. It really is. Yep. And the thing is, that's the one thing I love about our particular community, the number of people who are so darn creative and constantly, not just resting on their laurels, but, creating new, really exciting projects all the time. I wish I could support all of everyone. So least I can do is, have people on. So.
No, I appreciate it. I do. And I mean, that's the thing. I mean, that's what we do. We're trying to help each other. If I don't know, if I had a gas station and my family didn't come to the gas station, I'd be upset. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'd be really upset.
Right.
Even if I was priced a couple pennies higher, I would be really upset. Right. But that's me. And I would help them out too. If they own a gas station, I'd go to them. It's the same idea. And that's what Rising Tide is too. We all support each other. We're trying to make the best possible products that and we're going to be a force to reckon with. We already are in a lot of the things. So
yeah. We're taking over conventions. That's what it is. And Brian Rahman, good to have you on JD Calderon's last night. Always good to see you. Good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermorians. Yesterday, we hit both our first backer goal and stretch goal. Yay!
That was awesome.
We also announced our next set of goals. The one I'm so excited about is our second backer goal of 120 backers. If we reach it, then everyone will get our Castlevania homage poster. Yay!
Awesome.
So head to that.
Good.
Well done, Brian. And so head to that that web address there and join the world of Memoirs of an Angel.
So good. It's so good. I'm looking forward to having it here. We've got them. I have a stack of things I've got to read through here. I'm sorry, everybody. I got to get reviews done too. But Brian, you're right there on top of the list too, Rodman. So you're right there.
thank you,
So
brother.
they're
I'm on
right
a
there
lot of
on the
lists.
chair right over here. They're right there. So
Yeah, I've got like three or four piles of my
yeah,
friends' books that are
sure,
like over my
sure.
ankle now, or over my kneecap rather, and I've got
Gotcha.
to like my lips just don't move as fast as they used to. It's a sign of age. And Teresa Dunn says, "Good morning to all the crabs here. Everyone have a great week. You too." And Grant Lankert says, "Okay, after I sent that question, I figured out the tiers, but it gives you an excuse to talk about your project, so I assume you
Oh,
don't
okay.
mind."
Fair
So
enough. Thank you, sir.
how
And
subtle.
if it doesn't go through me, I can share it too, however you want to do it. So
Yeah, well, anyway, we've got actually let me note that, and here we go. There we go. If you want to support this great project, folks, there is the address. Give it a look, and it comes in both paperback and hardcover. And there is an exclusive toy, and you're not going to find that in Toys R Us because Toys R Us is defunct mostly, but also because it's only offered through Ted Davies and Toys.
yeah,
It's it's a beautiful, beautiful
he did
action
such a good
figure.
job on it. And it looks,
Yeah.
when I saw it, I'm like, he's been, what's nice about Damien is he sends things to you as he's working on things.
Hmm.
He'll send a 30-second clip here and there.
Yeah.
And he got the coat like down, Jim's coat. I mean, it was
Yeah.
perfect. And then,
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, and I knew that there was going to be some adaptation to what I was doing because my art's so unique that I wouldn't
Yeah.
expect him to match it exactly anyway. That would be impossible. And I don't really want that. But
Right.
man, he knocked it out of the park. I was really, really pleased. And then the dome, everything,
Yeah.
you got to see it. I don't know
Yeah,
if
and
once
you
we
know, I
bring
was
it up.
watching last night part of your premiere before I had to go to see JD,
Yeah.
and he sent along a video of like the construction.
Yeah, it was great. It's
Oh
just
my God,
awesome.
that was so cool!
It
And
was
it's
so
like
good. Yeah.
you compare it like what he's doing, and then you look at the original illustration and see that he is 100% on model.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. He's a
It is.
very talented. I consider him a sculptor. He really is amazing. He's
He
amazing.
really
He's
is.
a great artist too. He's a fantastic artist. His comic books are very good too. So
Yes, they
he
are,
doesn't play around. He's not
and
playing
in
around.
fact, I have it on good authority. He may be working with my favorite writer
Ah,
on
got
a
it.
project soon. That he's got to see the script and approve it. But word
Good,
to the wise.
good. I know you guys are talking about that. That's good. That's really
Yeah,
good.
it's gonna. I had a lot of fun writing, and I'm looking forward. And I wrote it to his design strengths. I hope.
Good, good.
So
Yeah, he's
give
got
him
some great line quality. He's really a good artist. I'm really,
he really
really
is.
impressed with him.
Really. And for this was Small Press Publisher, Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Good to see you, Jody McPhee. The week of crossover begins today. Hi, Brian. Hi, Ted. Great start to the
Yes,
campaign.
yes, thank you. And we'll be seeing you on the 6th, was it? I think, Joe? I think on the 6th, we're going to be on his show. So you're forewarned.
Yeah, Ted is already experiencing time lapse here that
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I can only imagine like when I did, like I did a campaign about 3.5 years ago for myself. I've helped with a number of others.
yeah,
But
of
it's
course.
like it's like even back then before I had like the networking thing
Mhm.
going, it was kind of a madhouse trying to get that thing promoted. And now it's almost like those Hollywood promotion tours. Like you've got a new film, so you're like
Yeah,
on Kimmel, you're
yeah.
on
Mhm.
Colbert, you're on all the shows.
Sure.
So
What a first world problem to have, my friend. Okay.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I'm not complaining. I don't think
Oh
many
my
people would.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, no. Yeah, I'm too busy. I have too many writing assignments.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sucks to be me.
Mhm.
There's a dozen people wishing they were. God help them.
Sure.
And Donna Carlene says, I'm having a great Monday, skunk, and looking forward to seeing you in 4 days. And we're looking forward also to seeing John B. Pike at johnpica.com. Back in the cereal box. Check out his network. Check out his show on Saturday at 9 a.m. I will be on the next one. Do I have to bring my own cereal? I don't remember.
Good morning,
But,
John. Yep.
yeah, good morning, John. Hey there, friends and foes. Good morning, Multiverse. And just stick with it, Jake. You're going to be fine. And the Historical Fencing Guild says, anyone looking for an editor? My dear friend Johanna Larson has put out her shingle at that address there. And thank you, Ryan Permisson, for sharing. And happy for you, Ted. And we
Thanks,
all
Teresa.
are. And Ryan Permisson says, good morning, Nevermore. How are you? Congratulations, Ted Davies.
Thanks, Ryan. You rock, man. Thanks for sharing out everything too. I appreciate everybody that, everybody that's been sharing and supporting this. You guys mean the world to me anyway. You know that. So thank you.
That's great. And Molly Daniels, mwah, good morning. I finally recovered from last week's Comic-Con, or maybe not. Yeah, I'm still reeling from last week, and I'm going into a great show this weekend. Be in Dalton, Georgia. Check it out. And at hallowcon.com and Historical Fencing Guild. Hi, Ted. Glad to hear your smooth tones. And we're going to hit, if you have a promotion, please put it in. But we're just going to flip through them, and we'll try to get them on the screen. And Ted, so excited to read Grimm 101 Book 2, already halfway there, my man. Woohoo!
Thank you.
Yeah, how are you doing on that? I haven't looked at that yet. Ooh, you are. You're more than halfway, brother.
Yeah, well, I mean, it really, it's you guys. It is you guys. I mean, I have a lot of people that follow me, but that's, you guys were there at the beginning. I appreciate it kindly, because it's, it takes a village, literally. So
that's true. And
yeah.
I'm your idiot. So anyway, but no, you're at, as of 10:39 a.m. on October 25th, 2021, you're at $1,527 of your $2,500 goal with 28 backers and 20 days to go.
Excellent.
Cool.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah,
Thanks again, guys.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting, because most people do like a 30-day campaign. Why between you and Lisa did you decide to do what basically is a 3-week campaign?
We try to get it to the point where it's, because we're blasting the thing all the time, and I don't want you guys to have to sit through 3 weeks of TED, unless you want to. I don't want to do that to you. And that was, we just figured it's a better number. It's going to fall in weeks before, it's going to be, weeks before Thanksgiving. That was the other thing too. We wanted to make sure that we're looking at it from a standpoint, we're giving you guys a break. I didn't want to do anything during Christmas. I wanted to give everybody a break, and I wanted to have time to get the work completed the way I wanted to get it done. And that's why. So, and there's nothing wrong with running long campaigns. Don't get me wrong. But no. For us, I think it's, I know your time's valuable too, everybody. And I want to make sure that we're, and I figured we've got enough, momentum with my work and with everybody else that knows my work now. We should be able to knock it out and say it within a week, as far as that. And then anything else is cheddar, as they say. Yeah. So, and I want to make sure that it's not, I don't want to inundate you for too long with it. So, and it's showing that way. It's showing now. It's doing well. I mean, already. So, and I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
That is super. And Jake Lindsay says, I also got word there was no UTI. He's very weak right now, and he's not eating much, but he's stable. That's good news. That's good news. Let's have nothing but good news from you. Okay, Grant? And Grant Lankard, from Jake, and it's Grant Lankard is up next. Another question for Ted. Did you consider the title Grimm 102 instead of Grimm 101 Book 2? Yeah,
I did. And I thought about Grimm 103. 104. Yeah, I thought about that, but the book itself, the manual in the story is Grimm 101. That's why that's a really good question, because I wrote that down at first, and I threw it past the powers that be, Christine. And then, she's like, actually, ironically, because I was bouncing ideas off of names for months and months. I was just beating myself trying to figure it out. And then Christine just came up, why don't you just name it Grimm 101? It's about a book of me. I'm like, I really hate you. Really, really hate you. I'm looking through old Latin. I've got old Latin books here. I'm looking through old Latin thesauruses, or dictionaries, going through, man, what would be a really cool name? And I'm like, Grimm, Graveyard. I'm going through all these. I mean, I must have had 50 names. Just call it Grimm 101. Just out of it. She walks like right past, like nothing, like it's something. So that's it. But it's stuck. And everybody on that, as far as the things I sent out to certain people, Grimm 101 was it rolls off the tongue. It's a very easy thing to remember. But I did think about that. Well,
if you've got other series too, and any of us that think about our creations, a lot of times we do things as a one-off, but and then once you get it published, you think, I've got another idea for that. Yeah, because people think I've only got one Sandestein in my head. That's not true.
Yeah.
Or another Volcana or Skyman, but it's like, you start thinking sequels, the next level up, once he gets a little experience, you could do a Grimm 102 and then have another series of books for that. So,
yeah. And we're talking about that too. We were talking with, they want to do an adaptation of the book. I don't know if you heard that story, the thing last night about that, but people that were bringing up that are adapting Retrieve wanted they're looking for other series, and that was one of the ones because they knew it did a very good Kickstarter last time, and they were already talking about that too, taking that if it was a second series or a second year, whatever. So that, I mean, there's a lot of ways it can move on it. So, but let's get this first done. Let's get this done first, and let's
first hurdle, and then we'll
no
take
cart
the
before the
victory lap
horse.
later.
Yeah.
I hear you. And Molly Daniels is praying for Jake. And I back Grim 101 and Grim 101 Book 2. And I encourage everyone else to. Grant Lankard's done it. I've done it. You should do it too. Check out the address.
Appreciate it, Grant. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And Jake Lindsay, we understand, brother. We do understand. And Grant Lankard says also, please check out BKM and my and others Kickstarter memoirs of the morbid 60+ pages of black and white horror with 5 self-contained stories. That's 60 pages there.
That voiceover, Grant, that voiceover was so good. I know you got him on Fiverr or whatever it was, but man, it was such a great. It brought back a hell of a lot of memories for me with Tales from the Crypt and all that. Oh, that was so cool. I mean, it is. It's a great video, and I'm glad whoever did it got the work, and I'm glad that you had the foresight to do it because his voice was spot on. I mean,
oh yeah, he was a keeper. He's definitely
if we had answering machines, man, I would have paid that guy to do spot on the answer machine. He was awesome.
Oh God, yes. Yeah. Well, you talk about Fiverr, the book trailers that I run on the channel every now and then, those vocals also came from Fiverr as well, I was told.
Yeah.
So anyway, prayers for Teresa there. And we are still lacking a few likes, says Carl Witzman, who pays attention to this stuff. Let's outnumber that lone thumbs down guy. Screw him. Anyway, and we all hope things will be okay. Grant Lankard, thank you for that. And I'm caught up. Molly Daniels, okay, I'm caught up on reading previous comments. Well, that makes one of us. Anyway, and Pop Culture Avenger, always a pleasure to have you here. Good morning.
Yes,
hello.
Good morning, Paul. How you doing, sir?
And hello, Ted. Congrats on a wonderful start to your Book 2 Grim campaign. Excellent.
Appreciate it, Paul. Thank you.
And Willow Skyler sneaking in here and a bit to give some love. Well, you'll get some right back, Willow. Love you, hon. Hope you're doing well.
Good morning, Willow. Yep.
Check out our shows on Back of the Cereal Box and also the Hanging with the Web Show Network. And Joe Dog McKeel, I'm listening, guys. Doing important stuff. And from this one's publisher, hashtag facts about Damien. That's right. And Brian Robin says Robin is his wife, his missus, is one of those folks who have trouble visualizing things, but she is a genius in business and finance, which when it comes to those things, I have the IQ of a goldfish. we make a good team.
Yeah.
Well, and everyone knows about, Cookie and me, that she's the grown-up in the relationship, and she's my primary editor, and I could not ask for a better one.
Yeah.
But she hates writing. She hates
Christine doesn't like numbers, but a lot of people don't know she was a professional photographer for years. And she's got a graphics background. Her degree's in graphic arts. So for me, it's a constant. It's awesome because we're very much alike, and it's not awesome because we're very much alike sometimes because we're both creative. It's great. That's why we have a drinking show together, because it's
because you've driven each other to it.
We've driven, the poor thing. The poor thing.
I understand. Cookie and I could be your stunt doubles, believe me, for the very same reasons. And Pop Culture Avenger saying good morning to everyone here. Good work, sir. Good work. And they say hello back. And Brian Rodman, tomorrow night the worlds collide. Dastardly Dingoes and Comic Book Spectrum join forces to roast Chad and us. I mean, review our favorite back issues and trades. So,
poor Chad. I love Chad. He's a brilliant artist. Brilliant. And his storytelling's fantastic. He's TED approved. That's all I'm saying, Rodman.
There you go. Well, it's like I was on the premiere of this season, and I said something nice about Chad, and Chad had kind of like this lost look.
He was waiting for the punchline, right? The poor guy. No, Brian, nice. But Brian ends up stepping back, though. He does actually. Last show, he really had he complimented Chad big time for like a good 5 minutes. I taped it. It was pretty awesome. I had to.
Yeah, and Chad's probably still waiting for the other shoe to fall. So anyway, Chris Walker, good morning. Good to see you this early in the morning. Chris Walker's a regular on Stupid O'Clock
Yeah. Good
Thursday
morning,
nights
Chris.
at 9 p.m. and Saturday nights at 11, followed by
Mhm.
Last Man Standing with Dan Hollowfield and all the Stupid O'Clock crazies. And Chris, it was good to talk to you the other night, and looking forward to seeing you in person. And everyone's saying hello to each other. And Historical Fencing Guild says, what I create is usually to help and entertain. If folks in Russia are getting it the only way they can, I have no beef. Same with me. And they're pushing my numbers up too. And God bless our Russian friends. And Brian upset from the Decimal Small Press Publisher. Brian upset the Madam Executive Producer. We may see Brian fired off his show.
No doubt. No doubt.
Anyway, she's very supportive. She just woke up. So anyway, and also endorsed by Rising Tide Publications. Oh my gosh, I love those guys. Grim 101 Book 2, please support this great project.
Thanks. That wasn't me, by the way. I did not put that in. I'm just.
It was the unnamed publisher of the project of the of the company. That's the one credit you'll never see in my books. So anyway, wait, it's Monday. Ask Joe Dog McKeel. I need 2 more days added to this week. Yeah, I suppose you do, but we'll get down there. We will party, and it will be wonderful. And at HoloCon, please come see us. And Grant Lacker says, I agree with you, Ted, that you should support your friends, but I just want everybody to know that I don't have money to support everybody's stuff. It is nothing personal.
Understandable.
Yeah, none of us do.
Completely understand that. Absolutely. And that's, that is, whether you share it, put the word out. That's huge. That sometimes is better than one person buying something, because it opens up, hundreds of people to exposure to your work,
Right.
that's so, I'm with you. And if ever it comes down to that, you guys are, never looked down upon from me at all. I mean, at all, because we've all been there. We've all been to the point where it's, do we have gas in the tank, or do we have money to put on Kickstarter? And, that's, the truth of it,
Yeah.
So.
And really, a lot of times, I think just sharing it with your friends is great, because you don't know who may be a comic book fan out there or is looking for something different.
Absolutely. And, and we're in this together. I mean, that's the other thing too. There's not, and there's so many Kickstarters right now. So, I mean, it means even more to me that you guys, use your hard-earned money and invest it with us, with me and Chris, trying to get this all done. And, because we've got the mentality of, spreading the wealth. That's why we bring on management teams, and that's why we've got Damien involved. That's why we're doing all these things, printers that we're, there's a lot of things that we're not just, it's not just us, we're trying to facilitate it so that there's other people supporting other people. So, and I get it though, Grant, I totally understand that.
Oh yeah. So sharing, that's, one of the best things you can do this side of actually sending money to someone.
Absolutely.
And especially like Ted said, right now, I think a lot of people are trying to get their crowdfunding campaigns in before the holiday season, when everybody's distracted and all. But here's another thing, folks. Right now we keep hearing about supply chain problems, and what makes a better gift than, say, a book? Right.
And I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to February, getting these things out, in the 1st of February, so that people in the middle of the winter, they're going to have something that it's going to be a couple months after Christmas. Like, oh, cool. We got finally got it. That's the kind of, it's all, I know it's all marketing, but I'm excited for that, because I know not everybody lives on the California coast, and it's warm in the winter. So
that's true.
Especially up here, we're freezing, but
Understood. Donna Carlene says, Grant, we totally understand that. Most of us are the same. And Glenn B. Fleming says, we have so many great creators in this family. Many thanks to you, Brian, for the edit on my book. Glenn, it was my pleasure, and hope we can do it again. And 28 backers, 1527 for Grim. Keep those
Thanks, Carl.
Keep those coming in, folks. And good morning to Eric Hawkins. Eric, good to see you. Good morning, my brother.
Good morning,
and
Eric.
Brian Rodman says, next year, I hope I'll be able to join you all at shows. Freaking COVID can die in a fire.
We'll do it next year, Rodman. We'll be there. We'll get everybody. We'll do it. We'll be able to do it. So just keep the faith. We'll get there. We'll get there. Just start setting the dates, and we'll get there.
We'll make it happen.
We will.
We will. And it's the Eric Squee. And the Historical Fencing Guild says, Ted, you make amazing, diverse content. How do you balance and organize your assorted projects?
Uh, Good question. One of the things I do, and I talked about this on TED Talks, is that I don't have any lack of ideas, but I also don't have any writer's block. So what I'll do is I'll end up putting, like, I'll take retrieve and I'll be putting that to the side. If I've got an idea for Grimm, I'll write down a few things or whatever, albino zoo, other things I'm working on that I'm not releasing yet. And then what I'll do is if I get bored with it, I'll start drawing something else first because I usually draw first, and that's how I get my storyline together. It sounds weird, but that's how I do it. Because then I instantly remember what I was, even more so than writing. If I do a picture of something, and so I have a stack of things. So if I go over here and I've got retrieve stories, book 3, whatever, book 5, or then I've got the script that they're writing, I can look at that for reference. But if that's just too much and I just need a break, I'll put like Dracula on, or or Frankenstein, or Creature from the Black Lagoon, have it playing in the background. That way Calypso's quiet, and then I can get back to whatever else. But I shuffle all those, and that's just the way it works for me. But I try not to have any downtime when it comes to that. But I also know that, and this is really interesting. One thing I've learned through like Taoism and Buddhism, and that is that your subconscious is constantly working. So even if you're not picking up that pen and not writing that day, I can still know about my stories are still being written in my head. I know it sounds crazy. Frank Lloyd Wright did that in architecture. He didn't write hardly any drawings down at all until he was ready, and he just drew them out like boom. He might have thought something for a year before he drew it down. His Falling Waters, one of his greatest architectural achievements, was drawn in an afternoon. I mean, but it took him a year to think about it. And I think that's the way I work too. So I don't know if that answered the question or not, but
No, that's a very good answer. And I'm reading a book right now called
Yeah.
"Becoming a Writer,
Yeah.
Staying a
Mhm.
Writer" by J. Michael Straczynski, who created Babylon 5 and has
Yes.
written
Yep.
Superman, Spider-Man, The 12, a whole bunch of
Wow.
Midnight Nation, a whole bunch of great stories, and is actually I think he won an Academy Award for one of his screenplays in recent years.
Did he?
But anyway, I just finished a chapter where he talked about how he will take a story element and say he's kind of jammed up. He's not
Yeah.
sure where to go. He thinks about it before he goes to bed. And when he wakes up, he most of the time gets the solution.
Yeah.
And I kind of do like kind of an aggressive daydreaming sort of
Yes.
thing
Mhm.
that I've trained
Mhm.
myself to do.
Mhm.
We've all got to find our own processes.
Yes.
But you mentioned like not having writer's block and like picking up things as they go
Yeah.
along.
Yeah.
One thing that is recommended to a lot of writers is like, let's say you've got to do something else, or like go to bed, go
Yeah.
make dinner, whatever.
Yeah.
Leave, like right up to a point, but don't finish the sentence.
Right. Chris will actually make me go, and this is hard, another first world problem I have. She'll actually make me get away from the table and go out and walk at the beach with her and Calypso, just to get away from it, just
Yeah.
to get out of it,
Right.
unplug. Don't take your phone. Don't send people pictures of the lake or any other crap. Just have your time right now. Think about
Right.
this.
And that's healthy.
And it makes a huge difference. And a lot of us as artists, we paint really, really close, especially with our eyes now.
Right.
But then you got to put the picture back and step away. It's the same thing goes with writing, really.
Mhm.
And it's good to have other eyes on it too as time goes on and you feel more comfortable with having people edit your work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Anyway.
how did that feel? Because like, we've only known each other a short time.
Yeah.
But you entrusted me with Grimm 101 Book 1, for which I'm grateful. But how did it, did you wrestle with the idea that, I really should let somebody else other than Chris look at this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I know that
we all
there's,
do.
and again, you're back to, whether it's monetary or whatever, you try to spread the wealth too. I mean, because one thing it's going to be, I know you're going to do a great job because you're going to be making me look at things, and you're not cutthroat, but you're assertive. You're going to tell me if it's not right.
Right.
Even the simple thing, and I'll be, full disclosure, the present tense versus the past tense is a big thing for the way I write. And you and I kind of went around with that.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, no, it needs to be this way. And you're like, actually, no, because it's going to be very confusing. So anyway, so about 2 days of that, I didn't talk to you for like 3 or 4 days because you were a jerk. But we ended up working it out.
Right.
And I figured, okay, he's probably right. So I ended up thinking that way. And I'm
Yeah.
like, he's actually right. It worked better.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, that you've got to be flexible when it comes to that. But no, I think that, and I don't want to take, Chris has got all this other stuff going on. I don't want to
Right.
keep
She's a busy woman.
dumping on, you know, she's got,
Yeah.
because it gets to the point where she already knows the story. She knows how to end. She knows this. And it kind of, it's kind of, not muddies the water, but you don't have the crystal view, you know what I mean, anymore.
Right.
So
Right.
we both do it too much. It's almost better to have somebody else look at it. And that's, you know, and I trust you. There's not many people that I trust in the, I do trust people, but not to the level that I, you know, because I know that you would tell me, that's, you better quit now. I knew that. I'm like, I knew you'd be like, well, because you know, I mean, you know, when there's something that's like, man, you got to really sharpen that pencil because that doesn't,
Right.
that's not, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But
it was trying. It wasn't really trying. It was just, I wanted to learn, and I want to learn your process too.
Right.
So
Right. Well, and that'll make the next edit easier on both of
yeah,
us, I think.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
and you know, the thing is, and I have been edited like that too.
Yeah.
You know, don't you know? I tell people that I'm continuing the cycle of abuse that I've gotten from other editors, and for good reason, because all the things that I point on your
Hmm.
book and in Glenn's and in anyone else's
Hmm.
I work with is I've gotten those same notes too from
Yeah.
other people, but that's how I learn.
Well, and I choose my battles too. I don't have to win the
Right.
war. I don't have to win the war. I mean, it's fine.
Right.
There's certain things that with your book or with the book that you edited, I kept one of the lines in there. I was defiant, and I was like, Chris, I'm
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
keeping this there, and that's it. And I
Yeah.
told you, I said, nope, that's
Right.
staying. It
Yeah.
was the only line I kept in the whole book. And I
And
really, the way it was intent, the way I, you know, and
no,
I'm
no,
glad I did. But it's
I am
still,
too.
you know, it still wouldn't be. But
Yeah.
that's the beauty of Brian. That's what I like about you because you'll let me have a little bit of leeway, but
Right.
you still want the structure there. And I get that. And it's just going to make me a better writer. And it's going to make a better book. It's going to make a better product.
Yeah.
It's less stress on Christine because she doesn't have to deal with that end of it. She knows it'll be done right, and she'll enjoy reading it that way.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not it was really a no brainer. And I'm just glad you accepted it. You know,
Oh yeah.
I
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
extorted you, but
Well,
it
yeah,
had
there's
to,
that,
I had
but
to do
yeah.
it. So,
Well, yeah, you gotta get through my defenses. But no, you know, it's like I explained to somebody I edited recently on another project that we are partners in
yeah.
a way,
Yeah.
and we're
Well, you're
both
putting your
working
name on
towards
the
the
book.
end. Yeah, my name's on it, your
You're,
name's on it, and I
yeah.
want us both to shine.
Yeah.
But it's like we both have, you know, it's a good editor will say, "Here's what I think you need to do," and then
Yeah.
it is the final decision's yours.
Right. Right.
So, you know, we both have to pick our battles. Um, and fortunately, I didn't have to like dig in my heels too badly. But, you know, I think a good editor will say, okay, you need to do A, B, C. And if you say, I don't want to do C, and we just say, okay, fine. That's, you know, that's the way it
Yeah.
works. But the end, you know, I always tell people it's like computers. Think of the end user. You know,
Yeah.
what makes a better reading
Yeah.
experience
That's a
for
good point.
them.
That's a
So,
good
and
point.
we were both, you know, that was our goal on both of our parts. So it was a good partnership, I think.
We have and if you don't have respect for the person, if you don't have a mutual respect, don't get involved with them. Don't do
Exactly.
any type of business. If you feel like your gut tells you not to do it, don't do it.
Yeah.
That's all I could say. And I've never, ever felt that way with you ever.
Good.
So
Good.
ever.
Thank you.
So
Appreciate that.
whatever we've done. So
Yeah, and more to come, I promise.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, and Chris Walker says, looking forward to see everyone who'll be at HowlCon. It'd be great to see some new faces along with some familiar ones. And Eric Hawkins says, Carl, it's great seeing you, and Donna, thank you. And yes, and Eric, I wish I could have been there, but business, unfortunately, and just wish it had been under circumstances. And my Helen is the same as Christine. She develops my plots and scenes for Hatch far better than I.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
So-
get when I don't, I'm not going to say that because it might be taken the wrong way. When
good man.
when there's only one way to say it. When Chris goes, oh yeah, that's really good. And when I'm talking about my writing, she's like, then I know I'm onto something. That she's like, I just got chills. That's awesome. you got to get that down on paper. So I know you guys are going to take that out of context, but it's very, yeah. And she doesn't usually write that, but the titles, I can't. I mean, the title, especially on Grimm, there's no way I could have done better. So on that
Yeah.
one, but
Well, I understand that. Titles and names are very important. I've got a couple story ideas I want to do for
yeah,
Stormgate Press, but I'm still going round and round about the title, the name of the protagonist. And
yeah,
I
yeah,
want
yeah.
it to be special, but I want to fit the milieu and all. So, but
Hmm.
it's work worth putting in. So.
Yeah.
And George Sarahu, a new addition to the Rising Tide
Yes.
Broadcast
Looking
Network on
forward.
our
Yeah.
audio podcast site. Good morning, everyone. The story about the 101 title reminded me of how DJ came up with the restaurant name on Roseanne.
Interesting. That's good.
Yeah,
I'm actually interested in a lot of stuff that George is doing, so that's good. I'm glad that you're on finally on the show
yeah.
on them. That's great.
He's,
Good to meet
he's, a,
George.
he's a terrific author, and we're proud to have him.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's a good thing. So follow the Rising Tide. We're on Facebook. Check out that page. And thumbs down says Joe Dog McKeel. Don't worry about it. If you ain't making somebody mad, you ain't doing something right. That's
Yep.
true. That's true. Some
I
people
haven't even noticed it anymore. It's like whatever.
Yeah, that's the way I
It's like
feel about
whatever,
it.
dude.
Yeah, and
I'm like,
it's just engagement anyway, so it helps me either way.
it's a fly in the windshield. Turn on the windshield
Exactly.
wipers. See ya.
Yeah, rear view mirror. That's what they make them for.
Yep.
And the Historical Fencing Guild says authors need people to bounce things off. Though my wife is on strike, she is tired of seeing the works in progress start and not enough ends. Yeah.
What helps for me is scheduling a date of completion. If I don't do that, it won't get done. And it's repeated over and over in my life. If I don't set a date, and it took Christine to make sure that she knows it. If I don't, and then I won't have it done. Drives Lisa nuts because I'm like, this is what I want on this date. I want to launch this time, and she's like, all right. So, but
I
it's
totally
set. You
get
have
it.
to set that in motion. You've got to set the date. You've got to speak it. I know it sounds corny, but it's the truth. You got to get it out to the world, to the universe, whatever, and set that time, and they will complete. Put deadlines in, because when I'm here on Sunday afternoons writing, I should be outside trying to enjoy myself. There's some sacrifices, list like you talked about. Is our BK minute over yet? No. Okay.
No, keep going. You're giving me a week's worth of stuff here. I'm
You're
just cut
well.
your part.
Well, you said it on one of your BK minutes. You said that.
Yeah.
That you have to expect. Well, you got to expect success. You got to be educated. You got to do all these things. Continue education. And what do you want to lose? What are you willing to sacrifice to? And I'm paraphrasing all these together.
You're doing good.
What are you to? Your sacrifices are going to make it so much better later. I'm not talking about, starvation or anything like that. I'm talking about, okay, what are you willing just to do to make, what small corrections every day are you going to be able to do to make it a better journey for everybody around you? Sometimes, we get flat tires. Sometimes we do that, but that happens. I mean, that's part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you. And I love what you're doing, by the way, with the BK minutes. Keep going. Keep going.
Thank you. We are now moving into planning for January, and Cookie is currently working on edits for the last. We're going to change the format just ever so slightly. It's not going to change the content, though. We're still tweaking that, but I will say that starting next month, we will have a little bit different. We're going to keep improving as we go along, because Cookie's learning how to edit video.
That's great. And it's there's a lot out there. You've got all iPad stuff, right?
Yeah.
iMovie's great.
Yeah.
InShot, any of that. I mean,
and she's found her system now too.
And we're starting to use DaVinci too. I haven't gotten into DaVinci quite yet, but Craig kind of turned me onto that when we were in California.
That's what Cookie uses. Yeah,
it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. So
it's good stuff. And Grand Christian Illusion Show, Jake Lindsay says, I really wish I could go to Holocon. I have to do a 55-minute show that day in front of 20 kids, 45 adults. It's stressful because today I'm worried about my grandpa when I have to make new outfits for the show Saturday. Jake, there is an old story, if I may take a moment here, that Al Jolson, the great entertainer of the early 20th century, who was in the very first talking film, he was a popular. He was like a superstar back in his day in the 1910s and 20s. And he told a story one time about before one performance, he got news that his mother had died. And they said, well, we'll go out and make an announcement. And he said, no, the show must go on. These people paid money. They're expecting me. He went out and did that show and put her in the back of his mind. Of course, then once he got off stage, he took care of business. But that's what a lot of this is, Jake. A lot of it is you have to put, personal matters in the back of your mind. One, you're still dealing with them subconsciously. You're still working it out, just like Ted was talking about with story ideas. So you're working through the healing process, and you still have him with you right now, Jake. And let's celebrate that. And he's getting the care he needs. So, but you also have things to do. You have an audience that's waiting on you. You can't let that stop you. You can slow you down a little, and you should take time for yourself, especially now, but you don't stop. And you'll find that the creative work will probably help you get through it a little more easily. Ted, would you agree?
I completely,
Yeah.
completely. I know that I've had, I've been in situations where your mind actually, you'd be really surprised what you can do with the creativity that you've got. It's a gift. And I know that a lot of that with Christian, or I'm sorry, with Jake, Christian based. And so, I mean, if you believe that, and that's, it's a gift. So use it to the best of your ability. Doesn't mean that you don't love them any less, or that you're not in that, but that's, and you'll get through this. You'll get through it.
Yeah. And you've got the tribe here. So you're in good shape. And Ace Bonnie says, Karen Nicole has her Cosplay Visions calendar and book on Kickstarter right now. Yes, she does. Please check it out. She's a friend of ours, too. And Historical Fencing Guild, I love Halloween, but any of you prepping for NaNoWriMo, that bloody counter contest,
you said you're going to announce it, right? Didn't you say that you were going to talk about that?
Yes,
NaNoWriMo, what it is?
Stuff. We will have some next... Well, actually, later this week, some of the BK Minutes will be addressing NaNoWriMo. I won't be doing it this year because I actually have I may tie it into the second draft of the Terrors, which my Patreon people have been seeing, because we've got everything lined up for it to get going, except for a couple things, and we'll need our Patreon people to help us with that. So sign up for my Patreon. And NaNoWriMo, and no, writing is something I don't do well under constraints, says Donna Carlene. And we're going to address that too in the BK moments. Some people can, some can't. I cut my teeth in journalism. So like Ted said about deadlines and all. I need that sort of pressure to
that structure. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Amy Hale, good morning to you, darling. Mwah. Glad to see you here.
Amy, I've got I'm still working on the review on Neurosis. Actually, I've got it's right here. So I'm working on it. I've got my list right here, what I'm doing. So I am working on it. I told you I'd have it to you last week. I'm sorry. I just got kind of busy. Sorry. But I will get it to you. I promise. Yeah, I'm on air now. You got me. It's on recording. So it's, I will get it. I'm sorry about that.
Edit that out and hold him hostage.
I will.
With his own very words.
She knows I will.
Yeah, we know.
Sorry about that, dear.
Yeah. And Scott Garger says, are you kidding me? In 35 years, I'm going to complete one movie script. You expect me to write 50K words in 1 month? You didn't start the movie script 35 years ago, dude. You don't throw that at me. So,
page a day. That's what you said on BKM, or what is it? What minutes?
BK minutes.
Thank you. He said that 1 page a day. So let's see. That's how long is that going to take you? 50,000 words in a month? Maybe not, but.
50,000 words works out to something like 1,667 words a day, which is thinking back to typewriter days. That's
doable.
It's very doable, yeah. And the thing is, even if you don't succeed, however far you got, you're that far ahead.
That's true. That is true. Baby steps, right?
Exactly. And celebrate whatever victories you can get. Glenn Fleming says, went out this morning and was greeted by the skeleton of a gray-sized being sitting in my bushes. I don't think he'll be phoning home anytime soon.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to have to interrogate him on that.
Yeah, I don't know.
On the Truth Mongers every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And hello, what? It's like, and I wrote 35,000 words in 7 days straight, so you could write 50K in a month. It's all about focus and wanting. That's true. Yeah.
Like inspiration is amazing. Yep.
Exactly. Well, it's like when I the one I've done NaNoWriMo 3 times, and the
Mhm.
one time I made the goal, I actually overshot it by a couple thousand words a week early
Mhm.
because I got into it. So, Ted, I get the mental processing since the Historical Fencing Guild. I am the same way. I solve all manner of things via letting my brain go fallow. Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
what you have to do. You have to pretty much empty your mind and let your subconscious fill it, and it will let you know when it's ready.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
I mean, for me though, I've got to structure it with a date and time. I have to, and that's really it really goes back to my architecture days because of deadlines and permits and all that other stuff.
oh
But
yeah.
really, you've got for me that's the only way I can do it because I'll never get it done if I don't set the time and date.
Understood,
So,
understood. And how's everyone doing? Damien Waldron, glad to see you, brother. Good hanging with you
man of the
last night on
hour.
JD Calderon's. Good to
Yep,
see you.
man of the
And
hour there. Yep, great
yeah,
guy.
he's the genius behind the action figures.
Yep,
So
yep.
definitely check it out. And he totally agrees that the subconscious creative force is paramount. And Molly Dan says, I've won Nano 3 times, so I've already
Wow.
proven myself I can do it. I can't put that much pressure on myself anymore. The first time I turned in Ms. Hyde, it wasn't pretty. Well, I don't have to live with you, so I can say, go ahead and
Right.
do it. Anyway, good afternoon, YouTube, Glenn. And family was ready to have me committed, constantly screaming at the kids for anything taking me away from the computer. I totally get that. And let's see. And Cindy Cap is here. Yay. So we will be flashing her messages on the screen because she'll
I'm
have a
glad you
lot of them.
completed that. I'm glad you completed that line. That was scary.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Probably Cindy's relieved too,
Yeah.
because she knows how I think. And Grant Lankert says, I'm always torn between wanting Angie's feedback and wanting her to see the finished product.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I
Yep.
think you have to work out that paradigm between yourselves, because there are some people who don't want to see it until
Yeah.
it's done. Like, I had somebody wanted me to edit something, and I went through it and I said, this is astonishingly amateurish. It's like, what is the no, it wasn't Ted, honest. But this was a long time ago. And I said, this reads like a first draft. He goes, oh yes, it is a first draft. And I said, you take it back. I'm not reading any further, and I don't want to see this again until you're done. And you're not done till you can't edit anymore. So that's the way it works.
Yeah.
And Damien Waldron, speaking of partnership, that Grim 101 art piece is amazing. Who made that? Who's tooting this horn? I think we know. Anyway, I hate to say it, but I think Angie may not give the best feedback. She's way too nice. Note, I'm not complaining. I can think of way worse qualities to have in a partner. Well, that's true. But then you compare her to Cookie, who won when she was editing Volcana. She said, "Is Chapter 33 supposed to make sense?"
Yeah. Chris will say every once in a while, she'll say, did you mean to write it like this? I'm like, oh. He's like, ow, and she doesn't mean it in a bad way. But yeah,
No.
Chris can be real nice too. And there's certain artwork she's like, this reminds me of such and such. I'm like, that's not what I wanted to hear. Thank you though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go shoot myself over here now. Thank you.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I'll just curl up in the corner here. You don't need to be bothered.
But then there's other times that it's stellar. She's like, that's incredible. That's great. That is, and she's not BSing. She's like, I appreciate that. That is a really,
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. So
yeah,
it's all how you look at it.
Both kinds, really. Both
I think
kinds
you
of
do.
editing. You need
I think
the attaboy every now and then, but
Yeah.
when you've got two wheels rolling over the side of the cliff, you need to be
Yeah.
be told you need to turn the wheel a little.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So anyway, Cindy Kemp, we're glad you're here. CKOEPP.com. Check out that website and definitely sign up for a free monthly newsletter. Works in production on Smashwords. Hey, that's me. And that's me too, but I'm on Amazon there. Thank you, Cindy. And January, looking forward to SalukiCon and hoping the weather behaves for traveling. Molly, I hear you completely. I've got like 3 shows in possibly 3 shows, definitely 2 in January and February. And if you live in the Midwest, kids, it's not a sure thing you'll get there.
No.
And in all seriousness, says Damien Waldron, while I love making toys and art pieces, this was fun. Not only because I got to riff on a great piece of artwork, but having the energy of Ted in your corner cheering you on is incomparable.
No, thank you, man. Well, that was the easiest part for me, man. You're, like I said, I'm not joking around. I don't think I could do what you do. I mean, at all. But you've created something out of the ether. This is something that it's tangible now. Not many people can do that. So, and I'm indebted. So thank you.
Yeah.
Very
quite
much.
a bit of wizardry to turn something 2 into 3-dimensional,
It's incredible.
It is. And to do it so well, Damien, you are to be applauded. Seriously.
Yeah.
And Cindy Cap says, brilliant ideas, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tucker. Check him out on Amazon.com. He's got simple swords and fighting axes and great pickup games. And Night Rika Magic shows from John B. Pica, johnpica.com and on Amazon. And the Dastardly Dingoes podcast, keeping shows going, definitely on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, and we're proud to have him. And Nerd Culture, not just for yogurt, but for Ryan Permison. Check out his great shows on that channel, and please subscribe to him and like his channel. And publishing from Small Desk, that's our guy, Jody McPhee, every Saturday night at 10 p.m. And no problem, Ted, thank you, says Amy Hale. And don't worry about it if you can't make it to Holocon this year. We will be just as happy to see you for the next one. You'll just have to show up twice for the next one to make up for it.
We're planning. We're ready to roll. So we're ready to go. We're already making plans for it.
There you go. And I'll give you all the battle stories that I pick up from over the weekend. So, and looking for stuff to work on for other writers. Amy Hale. Yes, Amy Hale is currently looking for writing or not writing, but editing and formatting assignments. Let her expertise go to work for you at very reasonable rates. So definitely check her out. Glenn Fleming says, every year I get ready for Guy Fawkes night, bonfire night, then bloody Halloween pops up and no one under 50 knows about the gunpowder plot. A sign of the times, I guess. They need to see, epic rap battles. The one with Guy Fawkes versus Che Guevara, because there's a lot of good history in that one. They did the research on that one. Guy Fawkes did not come out well. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
What is it? Che was telling him at one time, here's a tip for you for your next plot. Try and rehearse. Anyway, Warriors Everywhere. Michaela Jade's Great Warriors trilogy is available on Amazon, and Poetry in Motion from Teresa Dunn. Check out her 2 books of poetry expressions on Amazon. And we just had a comment dump here. And Chris Walker says success happens over time. For some, it takes less time than others, but the key is to never quit. Exactly right. Agree with that.
That's truth. Yep.
Yeah. And Halloween Comic and Toy Show, QuadCon Des Moines this Saturday. Check them out at Merle Hay Mall and come get geeky stuffs from Cindy Kep, our own Cindy Kep, and our own A-Cuff Creations. I hope you get all the support and success. Thank you so much, Keisha.
Thanks,
and
Keisha.
remember the 5th of November. That's true.
That's true. Yep.
And fun for Friday night, 7 p.m. Central on YouTube right there. That is the Historical Fencing Guild, where they will teach you how to murder each other safely. And Comic Related Madness, Pops Fans Ant this coming weekend. And check out at 6 p.m. What time? What day will that be, Ted?
What's that?
For your part on CromCon.
Oh, 6 p.m. I'm sorry. Yep.
Is that on Friday or Saturday?
Saturday. It's on Saturday. Yep.
So everyone tune into that, okay?
Yep.
And everyone also check out Luke Stone Studios and help him out there. And Dan Hollifield, some days the words flow swiftly. Other days it's a struggle to get a few to paper. One night I wrote a 10K word story because I was so into it. Most of the time I struggled to get a few hundred.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the truth. That's the way it works. That's it.
Yeah. And anthologies, fun books, comic and writing resources, Bear Publications. That's where you can pick up Animal. Her first comic and her latest novel. And okay, guys, me and Angie are going to get hoagies. Subs for all you non-Pitts burgers. Love you guys. Continued success.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I haven't had breakfast yet. And or what is it in New England? They call them grinders.
Yep. Thanks for all your help, Grant. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. You guys enjoy your lunch. Have fun.
Right. Give Angie a hug for all of us, okay?
Stay warm. Yep.
And Skunk Worker just got some bad news, and now I'm sad. Skunk, tell us what it is. We're here for you. And Zombies Invade Oz. Check out Comixology. You can also check out the work of Jody McPhee on there too. And Million's got them brown coats in Kentucky because she's awesome. And Molly Dance, right now my creativity has the attitude of a toddler. Each word is pulled out my brain, kicking and screaming. No, don't wanna. It's frustrating. It can be. It can be. And Cindy Cap Angels have memoirs. Check out BrianRodman.com. Also funding right now on Kickstarter and doing well. Yep. George Sarah says, I'm all set to torture myself this November, not only doing NaNoWriMo to work on the second draft of my work in progress, but also doing National Podcast Post Month challenge to record a new version of my Marvel-related podcast from dusk till dark outside the Marvel Studios. Ooh.
Wow. That's a lot of work, man.
Very
good
cool.
luck. Yep. Good luck with that.
Yeah, seriously, and we'll help you promote that too, George. That's why you signed up for us. And thank you so much, says Jake Lindsay, for the advice. It's just tough right now, but like Paul said, no matter What Happens Paradise is in My Grandpa's Future. There we go. There we go. And Stormgate Press, Storming Gates of a Press. Check out their great books, award winners, and Hyper Sanity Books for great book reviews. And Brian is pronounced Sir Roy. No, you're wrong. What do you know, George? It's pronounced George. Duh. Anyway, and the funny thing is I've known you how long and I've never heard your last name pronounced, I don't think. So anyway, Sirwa is the original French-Canadian pronunciation, so that works too. See, I'm going back to the roots here. And Sarah is listening this morning. Wow, we're glad to have you, though.
Yep. What's up, Sarah?
And Roll Cruz says Animal Eye Art. Check out his page there and Historical Fencing Guild. Remember the 5th of November, the Gunpowder, Treason, and Plot. And please don't tell the battle stories. That is meant to be experienced at HallowCon. That's true. We'll tell him just a few to tease Ted and get him down there.
Yeah.
And then once he's knee deep in the hoopla and cannot escape. Anyway, Guy Fawkes was the Lee Harvey Oswald of his time. I'm just a patsy, right? And it was the government that made him do it. And all the historical and cultural info you can use on Job from Victoria Adams and Trolls Are Heroes too from S.L. Rowland. And I'd rather remember the 6th of November. Okay, Cindy. And need some spooky reading? Ye Old Dragon books for Meet the Dragons. I think Cindy's in that too. So definitely check that out. And Ted's voice is very smoothing. And Grant has made everyone hungry and then he left. Yeah, Carl, thanks for nothing, right? And let's allow Brian and Ted to feed their fine ladies. There we go. I don't know if Ted are you on your own today or what?
Chris works outside the house during the week, so she's So I'll be actually I'm cooking once or twice this week. I do a lot of stir fry stuff. That's my thing. So I just but I don't even know what we're having tonight or today even. What are we having, Calypso? I don't even know. We'll figure it out in a minute once we're done here. I'm not sure. Whatever.
We're having Alpo, but
yeah, there you go. Yeah,
that's the way it's working.
Kibble. Yep.
Yeah, kibbles and bits. In about an hour, Ted's gonna be running around the house yelling bacon, bacon, bacon,
right,
and peeing in the corner. And have a great day, everyone. Thanks, Carl Winsman. And Jake Lindsay says I'm making an outfit based on Elvis Presley for the show Saturday. Lots of rhinestones. Ooh. And Damian Waldron says what happens at HallowCon stays in our collective consciousness as a cautionary tale to all. I mean, stays at HallowCon.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, well, we were talking about that the other night, that everyone is armed with a camera. And surely embarrassing things shall ensue once we show up.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
And Glenn Fleming says, see you Wednesday, Carl, on the Great Truthmonger Show. Yeah, that's a great show. I'm terrific. I'm
glad you let us do it. So I'm glad that we're part of it with you.
I'm so glad.
It's
I enjoy that show. Yeah, and you guys, and it shows that you guys have fun.
Yeah,
and you talk intelligently about a lot of these.
We try. I mean, it's something to where you look at it too, that these things are all around us, and these are not things that we've made up. This is all documented material. Yeah. So, and it can make or break you. If you either want to be part of it, great. If you don't, that's great too. So
that's true. Anyway. And let's not forget this Kickstarter link right here. If you haven't checked it already, please check out Grim 101 Book 2. The first book was amazing.
Thank you.
And I can only anticipate that this book is going to be even better. I think we're just ramping up on the story of Jim here. Mm-hmm. So I'm proud of your success so far. Let's see where you're at.
Thanks.
I would refresh the page.
Thank you.
Yeah, and hopefully, so please check it out. There's the link at the bottom of the page. Please check that out. And we're still at 1527 with 28 backers, but I anticipate that this thing is going to go over the top darn fast.
We're in good shape now, so it's very good.
Yeah.
So we will see. I mean, just work it. That's all you can do.
I think so. Oh, and I heard big YouTubers are going to HallowCon. I believe Adam the Woo and some major people will visit the theme parks. Yes, there will be some major broadcasters at HallowCon. John B. Pica will be there. I will be there. Michaela Jade will be there. And Carl and Donna will be there. And rumor has it there may be a special green room. And Damien will be there too. Can't forget Damien.
Yep.
But yeah, we may have a special green room that night. We just discussed that it's going to be all of us in the same room.
Yeah.
At our laptops,
great.
Just yelling at each other across the room.
Make sure you send the link. I'll be there.
Okay, cool.
Hey, listen, before I forget, congratulations on all the subscribers that you're finally getting some recognition now.
Thank
You
you.
got a
Thank you.
hell of a run now, so you're on your way. So keep growing,
So,
keep growing it.
well,
So I'm
we
so
are
happy, so
trying.
pleased for you.
Well,
That's great.
definitely. Thank you so much, Ted. I
You know,
sincerely appreciate that. And all my Russian friends, my new Russian friends, please check out Ted Davies'
oh,
artistry as
I've had
well.
I've had plenty of Russian. I don't know if they're women or what they are, but they're getting a hold of me on my Instagram. I don't know what that's all about, but once the
Are we
development,
supposed to have that talk, Ted?
once
Is
the
that it?
development deal was announced, man, I've got people. I don't know. A lot of them are just, it's just the zero posts. They've got
Uh,
10,000 followers, zero post, whatever. Very attractive women. It's great, but yeah, I let
yeah.
Christine go through it and delete it, so it's all good.
Oh,
There you
I
go.
bet.
Hand her
Yeah,
the phone.
probably
Let her
safer
do
that
it.
way.
Block this, block that, whatever.
Yeah,
Anyway,
oh, I hear you. Well,
whatever.
hashtag real creator problems, right?
Yeah, hey, I'll tell you, whatever. It's eventually there's, as long as they're buying books and stuff, hey,
Yeah,
I'll spread,
exactly.
I'll share it out to you guys too, so they buy your books too, if they're
There we
legit.
go.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
I can't get those Russian mail order brides anymore, but Cookie will put the kibosh
yeah,
on that. And will Big Daddy Cool be there? I'm told he will be, sir. So it's going to be a good time, and everyone needs to show up there at HowlCon. Go to howlcon.com for details and location, and I will be there all 3 days, driving furiously from the wilds of Indiana to Dalton, Georgia. That's going to be a lot of fun, and looking forward to it. And don't be surprised if there's a couple of live broadcasts there. So
yep,
anyway, please check out Grim 101. And I think should I run the trailer from your website?
yeah. If you've
From
got
the
it, yeah,
Yeah, well, we will in a moment here. And I know that tip, so I don't need that again. And we're going to share the audio. And yes, directing while you talk. There we go. And we got that coming up. And Ted, I'm going to let it do the talking for us. What do you say?
sounds good. Thanks,
All
man.
right. No, glad to. Let's see. Let's get that up there. And here we go.
Most of my life I've felt alone, but not here. Neighbors are always close.
Hold on.
It is peaceful and quiet, but not lonely.
Hold on. I
In
screwed that
fact,
up.
since
That's
my
on me.
first visit
Hold on.
amongst these graves,
You can tell I don't do this too often.
No, it's all good. You're doing well.
And
everybody can check it too. I don't even run the video when I talk about people's Kickstarters. I let people go to it, so it's not a problem. And I'm sure they've been
Right,
inundated.
well.
You can check out my stuff too on Facebook. I've got tons of stuff posted with the beautiful Glenn Fleming's wife, Helen Fleming. Man, her voice is
Yeah.
just remarkable. So don't worry about it. Don't stress yourself at all.
Heck. No, I want to share that with people and share screen, talk out loud again, go to the Chrome tab, hit that, do it correctly this time. And there's that. Okay, this is what I was trying to do. Here we go. And we're going to add to the stream. And here we go.
most of my life I've felt alone, but not here. I suppose living next to a cemetery, your neighbors are always close. It is peaceful and quiet, but not lonely. In fact, since my first visit amongst these graves, I've felt a presence, a calmness that fills the air and surrounds me like a gentle morning mist. That's how I know he is there. It's a feeling of being watched from afar. I wait in silence as well until we meet.
And kudos to Jeremy Woodring
Yeah,
there.
he did a great job.
He
I'm
really
very,
did.
yeah, he's great. So I'm
Yeah.
very, very glad I was referred to him by Jeffrey Hayes, because that Jeff did the first one on the
Right.
Grim Book 1,
Right.
and he didn't have the time. He's just been so busy. He says, call Jeremy. So I called Jeremy. He's like, yep, absolutely. he wasn't feeling very good. I'm glad he's feeling better now. But he's back to hopefully back to normal. But yeah, he did a great job.
He
Absolutely
really
great.
did. Yeah, and we also should see Jeremy tomorrow on the Dastardly Dingoes
Yes, I hope
comic
so.
book Spectrum crossover with any luck.
I hope
So,
so.
so anyway, be careful going through Indiana. They had big tornadoes last night. I'm not worried about the tornadoes that passed. Any coming this way are the ones I'm concerned with.
Right.
But thanks, Jake. And Amy Hale, have a great day, everyone. Mwah, you too. Don't
You
forget
too,
Amy
Amy.
Hale, great author and great
Talk to you
editor,
soon.
great formatter. Yes, and a true Midwestern doesn't worry about tornadoes. We grew up watching them. And she further says, I love that trailer.
Thanks, Donna. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it turned out super. And Helen's got, what a voice Helen's got. Holy cow.
Fantastic. We're going to end up doing, I think I'm going to have Glenn and her do an audio book for Grimm. We're definitely going to talk about that.
Yeah,
I think that's definitely something.
Voices.
Yeah, I'm going to look into that big time. So
I love that. Great idea. And now time to go get physical things for the show. See you all Wednesday. Joe Dog McKeel. Also check out Stupid O'Clock on Thursdays nights and Saturday, followed by Last Man Standing with Dan Hollowfield. Thank you very much, Joe Dog. And we'll see you this weekend. And Ted, thank you for being here, brother.
Thank you for sharing everything out, and thank you for letting me talk for a couple minutes here. I appreciate you always.
Well, as always, back at you. So I'm going to give you the spotlight here and tell everyone how they can keep up with you and give a couple more shout outs to your great project, Grimm 101 Book 2, please.
Sure. Well, you can check out everything that I'm doing on TED Talks, TedDaviesArtistry.com, as well as Ted Davies Artistry Facebook and Instagram. Check out everything that I'm doing. My schedule is usually Tuesdays at 10 a.m. With TED Talks, and we got a few other shows that are coming to the network too here soon. And of course, Wednesdays, it's Truth Mongers. Check out everything I'm doing on Kickstarter with my Grimm 101 Book 2 that we're doing right now. We're almost funded there, so we're getting there. So be part of this great journey that we're on right now and be on the ground floor of a lot of great things that are happening with the Grimm book series. I would love that, and I appreciate all your support. Thank you guys for being part of this whole thing, this whole journey of Ted Davies Artistry. Thank you again. I appreciate it.
Oh, excellent, Ted. We are all, trust me, we're all proud to be part of Ted's tribe here.
Thanks.
So
thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. So tell you what, I'm going to put you in the background because I want to say goodbye to you. Of course, we got to have our after show. That's very important.
Yep.
Anyway, thank you again, Ted Davies.
Have a good day, guys. Be safe.
Thank you, Ted. Take care now. We're muting you, and then it's all about me. But anyway, no, thank you all for being so kind and welcoming to Ted Davies. And please check out that Kickstarter campaign that's going on right now. We've got a whole bunch of Nevermorians doing great work. Ted has thrown his hat in the ring. We also got Grimm 101. We've got Dan Doherty's project, which is in its closing days, I believe. Also, Brian Rodman's Memoirs of an Angel, latest issue of that. All kinds of good stuff. Please check out Kickstarter. We'll be mentioning it as often as we can on our channels here. But anyway, we want to get our attitude of gratitude in, and we are grateful to Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. Your great book needs the best cover it can get. Contact Jeffrey Hayes at Plasma Fire Graphics, and he'll get you a rate sheet that you will be amazed by how affordable it is. All right. Anyway, he does top publisher level quality for indie creator prices. So check him out on Facebook. Check out plasmafiregraphics.com for more stuff. Be amazed and get that guy working for you. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. We also want to thank the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, of which Ted Davies, we're proud to have him and his various shows on the air. We're also doing some great new audio podcasts with George Soroy and and Keisha Acuff and some other great people. And we've also got your entertainment covered 7 days a week on the video side. From Monday till Sunday and all the hours of the day. And we've got a brand new show coming up with John Celestri, great animator, great comic book creator. He is the original gangster, and he's going to teach you how he does things. And so it's definitely checking out. I believe that's going to be on Wednesday afternoons around 3 p.m. Eastern. So please give that some love if you would. And please give the Rising Tide broadcast page on Facebook some love so you can be notified of our latest shenanigans. And you can also watch many of our back shows on that. And also somebody else we want to mention are our Patreon supporters. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly, but you get stuff in return. Like we mentioned your name up one side and down the other on any of our broadcasts. So if you want to see your name on this card, please check out what we do at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And don't forget, we will be back Wednesday morning with a fresh live episode of Nevermind the Furthermore. Friday, we're not sure what we're going to do yet. We've got some ideas, but it will not be a live show, so just be warned. But we may have something new for you. And don't forget, Thursday nights is Comic Book Spectrum, where Eric Hawkins, Clyde Hall, and Brian Rodman, and myself, and sometimes Joe D. McPhee. We review some of the latest releases and talk funny books. And this week we have a subject we really want to get to: why Marvel and DC. Somebody on sci-fi.com wrote an article about why Marvel and DC should retire Peter Parker and Bruce Wayne. And we hope you'll join us for that show. Your comments and your applause and everything is welcome. And so anyway, Joe Dog McKeel says no stupid o'clock or LM or Last Man Standing this week or Saturday. That's true, because everyone involved is going to be at HallowCon, hallowcon.com for more information. Great show. Thank you, Sarah. Mwah. Talk to you later. See everyone Wednesday. Later, y'all. See you for this weekend, Donna. Mwah. And you are going to share that moonshine. Trust me. And thank you, Glenn Fleming. Always a great show when you are here, and have a great day all. Thank you, Damien Walper. Thank you, brother. Glad to see you here. And now with that, we are going to take our leave of you as I get down to where we need to be. And anyway, folks, please follow all the links. Please give Ted's Kickstarter campaign some love, and we will see you Wednesday morning on a brand new live Nevermind the Furthermore. And Jake Lindsay, we're in your corners. Give Jake and his grandpa some love and keep us posted, brother. Okay. Anyway, thank you all for being here. And thank you especially to Ted Davies for appearing here. And that'll do it for now. Hope you all have a great Monday. Make it great for someone else if you would, please. And as always, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Have a great Monday, everyone. We'll see you Wednesday on Nevermind the Furthermore. Take care, everyone.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide broadcast network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.